So, Thailand is much different than Minnesota.
Very much.
Growing up, what kind of perception did you have of this country, not having been here before?
I sort of thought it was, I think the thing that I sort of associated with it more than anything was very big snakes because of the jungle and, anacondas and that's what I thought. Big snakes is what I thought.
Big snakes in Thailand.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
And, while you're here, what do you plan to do?
Honestly, we just got in this morning at 4 a.m. and we're leaving tomorrow morning at 2 a.m. So it's in a few hours. So it's honestly
kind of,
yeah. I wish I had a week here, but
If you had the opportunity to come back, would you?
definitely, yeah.
Excellent. Good to hear. So, you kind of entered the music scene during this age where MySpace and YouTube could propel people to fame. What do you think the future of this sort of model is? Is this still a viable model for artists to get known?
I think so, and it's evolving so much, and it has over the past 2 or 3 years. And I always ask myself, I think I just happened to have been in the right place at the right time when MySpace was really relevant, and it's a very exciting time in the industry because nobody knows what's going to come next. And so, since I would happen to be in that place, and MySpace was very, it was just sort of working. It was extremely relevant at the time. Now that that's kind of moved on a little bit, it's like what's going to happen next, and so it definitely can still happen that way. But I'm not sure if MySpace is still that place anymore. So who knows what it could be? But it's very exciting.
Great. Good to hear that. Next question. Fireflies. People kind of tie fireflies to Owl City. What do you actually feel about that song? Are you sick of playing it? Are you sick of doing it? Do you want to kind of get a new identity? Not identity, but so much. How do you feel about fireflies?
It's honestly, people say, you're probably so sick of that song, how can you just, how can you stand it, but for me, it's that song that for whatever reason, I still haven't figured it out, but for whatever reason, that song has connected with people in a way that suddenly this small town Minnesota kid is in Thailand. It's that power of the music that really transcends, miles and miles. And so whatever it is about that song, I still don't know, but I'm still extremely grateful for it. So I haven't really ever gotten sick of playing it because, I've been able to play it around the world, and there's something really special about hearing people sing along with it that makes it timeless. And it's like every time we play that song, it's a new chorus of voices singing along, and it's so inspiring. So I'm grateful for it.
Good. And, I personally want to know who you would like to collaborate with in the future. If you had the choice, anybody.
I'd have to say the Irish singer Enya. I really love Enya. I'm obsessed with
back.
So I would probably, I know she's at 55 and I'm 25, but I would definitely duet with Enya.
Great. We've all been in a situation where we're going to go on a long road trip. We're going to need music to listen to. Picture yourself going from St. Paul, Minneapolis to San Francisco. You have a long way to go. What do you fill up your playlist with?
Usually it's every record and every B-side and everything put out by Blink-182. I'm actually a big Blink fan, so generally everything they've done and all the Angels and Airwaves stuff and all their subsidiary side projects and stuff goes on the playlist. A lot of film soundtracks, like all the Pixar stuff, and I love the WALL-E soundtrack and Finding Nemo soundtrack and stuff. Those usually go on. All the Enya stuff usually goes on. and it's usually, it's like maybe like one hardcore record just for those those few hours when you have to stay awake and it's getting late. You've been driving all day. And I need like a hardcore. There's this whole band called War Machine that I live in the moment and watch what happened. I think the new sort of like dubstep trend, when Dr. Luke did that Britney song with like the dubstep, breakdown, and that was really interesting because it was taking something so pop and something so underground, what's been around forever, but never appreciated, and marrying the two things. So I'm not saying I'm going to be the next Skrillex or anything, but it's like, who knows? Who knows?
So if you didn't have an identity already with this sound, what sound? Let's say like, folk or country or whatever, would you get into? What's your kind of deepest, darkest interest in music that doesn't come out of your music?
Guilty pleasure.
Guilty pleasure. There you go.
It'd probably be like hardcore, honestly. It might be like a very angry sounding music. It's funny because I'm such an optimistic guy, but back in high school and stuff, I was very much into like the hardcore, screamo stuff. So it might be that kind of stuff, Under Oath kind of stuff.
Under Oath.
Yeah.
Anti-Flag.
Totally, I know. I heard that.
That's sweet. It's great. So say, in Bangkok, in Asia, and I'm sure you know this, karaoke is kind of a big pastime. We love to do it.
Yeah.
I don't love to do it. Asians love to do it.
Whatever.
If you're going to go to a karaoke bar and sing a song, not your own song, what would you sing karaoke?
Yeah. Probably something just really funny, just to get a good laugh. Probably like probably like I Want It That Way by Backstreet Boys. I'm sure everyone sings that anyway, but I might choose that. I've actually never done it because I'm a little scared of it because it's so awkward.
So you never done karaoke?
I've actually never done it. No.
Really?
I played a few shows in my day, but I've never done karaoke. I don't know. It's just kind of weird to me. I'd rather sing my own songs than someone else's.
Well, about your day. What did you do before Owl City? I've read a decent amount of Indiana, but what did you actually do?
I actually was just working jobs that I didn't like at all. I was just spent 2 or 3 years at UPS and then 2 or 3 years at Coca-Cola, loading trucks, and in between work, I just played video games and watched movies and drove cars really fast and did just the average guy things. I was never really creative until I started being creative, which is what is out now. So it's very different, but yeah.
What can you say? This is a cliche question, so I'll preface it with that. But what can you say to people who wish to do what you have done? What can you say to them? And like you kind of referenced before, you got lucky, you're at the right place at the right time. But what X factor does it take to get where you are?
I think it really boils down to just making sure that whatever it is that you're creating is so fulfilling to you as the creator of it that you would be just as content with finishing a song if you're a musician and regardless if the whole world has heard it, and it goes to #1 on your chart or whatever, or if nobody hears it and you're still just as proud of it because it still does something to you and you feel so proud of it. I think that's really the key. So ultimately, you're kind of leading on the fact that you're, maybe creating for the wrong reason. So I think if you can make sure that whatever you're creating is very heartfelt in that way, I think that's really what speaks a lot of times. And that's been what I'm trying to do, regardless of radio or charts or whatever. All that stuff's awesome, and if it happens, like, totally more on the way. But I think that's what it comes down to for me.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you.
I have a question. Can you sign something for me?
Totally, yeah.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you as well.
Senator Maxie.
This is my yes.
He signed
Oh,
over.
no. Man, good day.
Can you sign something for me?
Totally.
All right.
What, I got a microphone? I'm not as cool as this guy.
It's cool,
I'm
right?
a low